fuck me, then fuck you. And that's the way I like it. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Gonna smile for none of these bitches. That's the way I like it. Wiping them down in front of these niggas. That's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30. Chat. Should they fold that bitch, no yoga mat? Chat. Should they dare that nigga, don't hit me back? Chat. Should ran that nigga, no questions asked? Chat. They chatting, they chat. When the sun go down, everything made me feel lonely. Had a little sad thing, but right now it's just a hole.
Welcome back to the TRUTHSERUM podcast. I'm your host, C-Boss. How you doing? You feel me? This is my lovely co-host, lovely Destiny.
Why is it so long to say? Guys, don't pay attention to my hair. I cut it, and I can't maintain hair. I hate doing my hair.
Or you guys can call her Derek.
I guess my name is Derek for today. But everybody, it's Destiny.
No,
it's Destiny.
Looking lovely as usual. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, please. Watch the recent episode. That episode was
very interesting. The last two episodes,
very interesting.
Give it up to those ladies.
Shout out to them. They did their thing. You know what I'm saying? So
third time's a charm. We're on a roll.
but we got new guests today, and they're gonna show what they got to do.
Yeah.
So
That's what I thought.
Oh, hello everybody. Hi, my name's Faati. That's all. Just introduce myself. Okay. Hi, my name is Cathy, the owner of the Beauty Lab.
Okay.
As per usual, their Instagrams will be down below.
Of course. All right. So what we're about to do now on the podcast is you guys will tell us 3 things about yourself.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay, Cathy, go ahead.
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, yeah, that's one.
My favorite time of the year is the summer.
Okay, you outside.
Yeah. And I don't give a fuck about nobody.
There you go.
I like those 3 facts.
I like that.
Alright. Oh, a little bit about Faati. I'm originally from Georgia.
Oh.
I'm a September baby.
Oh.
And I'm an artist. I love everything art. So yeah.
There you go. All right. Okay. All right. So I ain't gonna hold you. I don't got any current events. But I can tell you about last night. You feel me?
Oh my gosh.
You know, shout out to this man came on the podcast already. It was his birthday. Happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great time with the TRUTHSERUM podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, PJ wasn't here with us last night.
I was outside, boy.
And just to give a refresher, how I know these gentlemen is through V. So another special thank you to V for introducing me to these gentlemen, for me to be here and have this opportunity.
Yeah, I was
once again. Happy birthday.
Where I was at, I was on the chairs. I was wilding.
Yeah,
he was having a great time. I think I'm gonna send that to you, PJ, so you can add that little clip.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I do what I do best, you know what I'm saying? Because I work hard, you know what I'm saying? I work hard.
You were sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I was doing it. If y'all know me, I tell you up, bro.
I didn't even think he was gonna get like that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it was good. I was happy to see you in that.
See, that's one thing you don't know about me. See, you learned about me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside. Okay. No, but besides that though, what else is current though? I guess, you know, just life, you know what I'm saying? Yo, do y'all notice, like, the days are going faster?
Yeah.
They've been going fast.
Like,
And I'm actually
we're in
surprised.
April, like,
And usually the beginning of the year, it doesn't even go as quick.
Yeah,
It's been flying.
It's been flying. I felt like, I don't know, I felt like after spring break, it's just moving.
Really after?
Yeah.
Well, my kids got spring break this week, y'all.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's probably like different schools too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're still on spring break till next Wednesday.
Yeah. I think the same thing with my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just went on spring break.
Yeah.
So it's just been, well, like one day it's like February, the next day it's May, and it's like July, then it's December.
Yeah, it's
and
just
it's like the
changing
ball
up.
drops, and I'm like, what the hell? Like,
Let me ask you this: as a parent, do you get?
How many kids do you have?
I have two. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 6-year-old.
Boy
I
and
think
girl?
about that
Girl,
twice
boy?
because she got so big. My boy is 12 and my daughter is 6.
You're done?
I want
That's it?
to ask you this:
She got one.
do you get annoyed with all these like weird holidays or something like happens, and then they be like, all right, you
But
know?
it's not the same for every district. Because they go to school in Edison,
Yeah.
they don't have, do they have Jewish holidays?
No.
No, because there's not that many Jewish
okay.
people in that area. It's
Alright.
different.
Yeah.
'Cause
Our
I
area-
want to notice that. Like,
It's a lot of Jewish people.
Yeah, I think my son would be like, Mommy, what's going on? Because he's very like alert. And then my
Yeah.
daughter's like, she likes to tell you what to do. She's a Capricorn, big Capricorn energy.
yeah.
She wants to tell you how it goes. She wants to tell you how everything is. And I'm like, girl, you're only 6. Calm down. She's like, oh, I want to drive already. I want to start working. I'm like, girl,
Girl,
she doesn't.
you don't want to work, sweetheart.
During that moment, just give her the bill and say like,
Yeah.
no, real talk, give her that.
Yeah. And then like she tries to put my makeup on. She tries to put my heels on.
She's ready.
She's like,
But pull your birds.
yeah, I'm like, chill,
Yeah.
relax.
So just really give her the bill one day. Be like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
How you gotta work? Give her a chore and be like, that's how you pay the bill.
And then my son is like, you know, I want to work. You know, I want to start working so I can help you pay the bill.
That's what's up.
He's
He
my
gonna be a good
Scorpio.
man. He gonna be
He's
a
my
good man.
Scorpio.
That's why women always want boys first.
Yes, yes, that's why.
Yeah, my mom is the opposite. She had me first, then my brother. So
Yeah, unfortunately, girls are too much drama for me.
I see that.
They're hard. I mean, I love my girls. I love y'all. It's not that. Trust me.
But the mini attitudes are
First
way
of all,
worse than the big
my
attitudes.
2-year-old daughter
It's-
compared to
you
my
know what it
2-year-old
is?
son is so different.
You know what it is?
It's crazy.
I think just cause like when I look at my mom, I see what she be doing so much.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
feel bad.
I want her
A little
to
bit.
suffer, you feel me? So I'm
My
like,
mom
yo,
was drop.
let me do what I gotta do. So you can just sit down
Hey, that's the
and chill.
Yeah, I think that's how.
I think that's how it is. That's how, and I was a big mama's boy too. So.
Yeah, my
Shout out to
son.
you, mom. But you feel me?
He still
So
is.
I'm still there.
Right.
No, my son is like, how's the podcast going? Did you make it? Are you there?
Oh, there you go.
He's on top of it. Like, he's on point. He's like, got the location on. He's like, just in case.
She
I'm
made
like,
it safe.
You made it
Mommy
safe.
made it safe.
I
Yeah.
was watching.
That's so cute.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, he's like,
Alright, so let's
Still has
I don't got any more kind of events, you know what I'm saying?
Do you want kids?
maybe. I don't know. We'll see where time takes us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Are you
want
in
kids.
school right now? Like,
Yeah, I would say in the fall I start back. So,
and what are you going to school for?
well, I'm in school right now for fine art, but I'm thinking about switching over to psychology and still figuring that part out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. That's good because art goes with psychology. I have a
Yeah.
psychiatrist, and he talks a lot about art. It's crazy that you say that. So I can really
Yeah, it's just like when you understand the psychological, like,
yeah.
the impact it has on people. Art has a big impact on people.
Yeah.
You know what I noticed too? Because sometimes certain arts be like, can talk to you, right?
Yeah, I literally bought.
Variations of art. It's not.
I literally bought
music.
2 art pieces from somebody at a pop-up event that I went to.
Yeah.
And honestly, at first I was like, I don't want to buy it. And then when I started looking at it, I was like, yo, that's me.
It starts
Yeah.
talking to you,
It
right?
starts talking.
Let's
Yeah.
start her page. Look
I
at
need
her
to look
page.
at your page.
Yeah, I looked at some of the artwork. I'm a little broke with you, but I definitely plan on buying a piece from you because I actually I like your work.
No, for real. Keep it up.
I was like, yeah, I need to buy you a piece.
That shit is fine. Yeah.
If you become the next Picasso, like.
Hopefully, yeah. He might be a little crazy, but
You do like paint, like
Yeah.
wall paint,
All types of
like
people.
murals, like wall. I see these wall paints like in Newark and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like that.
that's something that I want to do in the future. So I'm planning on it. I'm like talking to different people, trying to get in the door because that's something I always want to do as a mural, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Them pieces are huge.
Depending on how big you do it, but yeah.
Shout out to you.
Definitely. Oh, did you see? I don't know if you're on TikTok that much. There was a artist, and I guess she has hand in hand with a business, and they allow her to do artwork outside. And there was a lot of people criticizing it, like it looks terrible, and they didn't like it. I was
No.
But she's doing something right, though. She's doing something right because if people have a big opinion on the work, that's still a good thing.
but it looks amazing because it's a pizzeria. So like she had like little pizzas and stuff like that, and the detailing on it was amazing. I'm like, why do people hate? Like you said, they're gonna hate you regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
If you don't do it or you do it.
Yeah.
And I hate that for us. I really do.
I literally had somebody, I literally had somebody report my Instagram. I had to restart my shit 2 times because somebody was trying to report my shit about teeth. How is that? And then Instagram is trying to tell me that the teeth is like under the policy, so that's why I'm not allowed to do advertisements on. I'm not allowed to do posts. That's what I said.
That's important.
But I literally got banned for advertising on Instagram
That's
because of hating ass bitch.
That's some bullshit. How do you block teeth? But these girls are showing.
That's what I said.
Left
That's
and
what I
right.
said. I'm like, yo.
Dedicated just to that.
Just that.
I'm like, what the hell? Why gotta start moving my ass? Maybe like, I don't know.
Did we forget about those
They still doing the right thing. I'm actually doing the right thing.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Instagram. Important.
Yeah, I got bans. Like I'm permanently banned from every from Instagram. Would have to make another account, and I worked so hard to get where I'm at in my on my Instagram.
I gotta do better.
They banning the wrong people. I got a person that need to be banned.
Right.
And they keep making new Instagrams. It's not. I don't like that. They need to route it to your phone. Not for your case, but they need to route it to your phone.
And I got certified too, like the Meta, the certified thing. I would thought that was gonna help me. That didn't do shit.
Oh yeah, that's how you
They do
do.
shit, and I pay every month.
I think somebody had the OP report you. for that.
They
That's what happened.
Hey, you a jerk, bro.
Yeah.
For real, like, yo, don't let me hate on Cathy. Like, she's doing her thing.
Like, leave me alone.
Do you mostly do women or you do men too?
I do men as well, but to be honest with you, the men are, you guys, they don't give me any problems. The girls, they don't either really, but it's like I have those people where we call them ops, where they're just on there, they're just searching, just like, you know, make something happen so you could get your business fucked over. But at the end of the day, I got God on my side, and God is not gonna let me down. So no matter what you do, the God is way stronger than the devil. So keep going.
All right, guys. So we at that point. Yo, I don't know if I made sure to mention this. This is episode 49.
Woo!
I gotta make sure.
We are almost 50,
We almost 50, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We almost there. So this is episode 49. I just want to make sure I say that. And then, all right. So here's the topic. The topic today is submission in relationships still relevant or just outdated and toxic? All right. So we're gonna unpack this. So the first question, guys, is what does submission in a relationship actually mean to you guys? So what's your definition to it?
What would you like to do first?
Okay.
All right. So submission to me, actually, when I think about submission, I think about God first. So submission to God first before a person, because I don't believe in idolizing man. When I say man, I mean man or woman, mankind, period. So submission to God is first in life, period, and then bringing that into a relationship, submitting to your partner because they have a strong relationship with God. You could submit to somebody and they be worshiping something that you don't want no parts of. They have nothing godly about them, but you're submitting to them. Then we both submit to them. So I would say submitting to the right person is good in a relationship, which I first both of you guys have to submit to God in order for y'all to have a healthy relationship.
So piggybacking off of that answer, so religion plays a part for you in relationships.
I won't even say I'm religious. I would say spirituality and God, period, plays a big part in the relationship, because if we don't have that in the center, what do we have? And a lot of people think they're in love, and I know we've heard this before. People don't be in love; they be in lust. Yeah, so they be in lust, and then they don't have God in the center. They don't even really know the person, and then there's this automatic entitlement for somebody to submit without having the leadership qualities. But people want you to automatically submit, and that's just not reality. That's not how it works in relationships.
Very true.
Damn,
Very
that's a
true.
good answer.
Yeah.
Cathy, you gotta follow up. But hey, it's not competition.
No, I agree you, because I'm very serious.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's not well,
Put a little swag into it.
I know that's right.
You got to.
No, she's definitely listening. With God, everything's not going.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean like that.
I mean, with me, I'm very spiritual as well. God comes first no matter what. But at the same time, I'm a very strong-minded, love, passionate. Like, I go hard for mine. Like, I don't like other people to be around what is my territory. I like to just be in that territory. Toxic.
That's not toxic. I don't think that's toxic.
No, I really am toxic though. I will blow your phone. I will show up at your crib. Don't block me, because I will find you, and I will get the numbers, and I will get this phone number. I will get
I
this
do the same thing. If
You're toxic.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, yes.
No, but like if we're in a relationship, I don't think that's toxic. It's called communication. First of all, the fact that I gotta blow up your phone, now it's an issue. If you want to think it's toxic that I'm about to pull up to your job or your house, if I'm blowing up your phone for a reason,
why are they ghosting you is the question.
Yeah, like there's no reason I should even get to that point.
Can I ask this?
Yeah.
Is it like communication too?
Very.
Also too, like, do y'all got each other's locations?
Well, I
don't even gotta do all that.
Well,
Me personally,
I gotta have
you
your
don't
location.
have to. If as a man, like I said, I don't think like every other female. So me personally, if I just said I don't care about the location, and you as my man is like, I would prefer to have your location. I guess that would be in a sense submitting to somebody. I don't personally think so. Like, you just want to care about my safety, cool, like no problem. And with situations that you guys currently know about, I would love for my man to have my location just in case something pops off with that person.
That's what it is.
I don't think it's toxic, but at the same time, I'm gonna pull up to your job. I'll pull up to your house if you're not answering me. And this has to be a long period of time. Like if we're
it can't be
12 hours,
2 days.
whoa, 2 days is too far.
Yeah.
12 hours.
Where's the build up into that? Like how many years, how many months does it take that you have?
At least 4 months.
At least 4 months. If we're pursuing a relationship, if we're boyfriend and girlfriend, I would say we were already talking.
And let me tell you something.
But what?
If I find out that the nigga's cheating on me,
that's it. Like that's it. I'm curious.
it's a wrap.
Can I ask this?
Big
So,
cancer.
what's the stage? Like, are y'all in talking? Because you know how you say talking, situationships, y'all building something. Is he courting you? Where's the, you know what I'm saying? I want to
For
know.
what though? Like, what are you referring to?
Like, yeah, because you're saying you go pull up to the job, this, that, and the third.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you gotta be my man.
Oh,
My
okay,
man.
all
No
right,
side
okay.
nigga. We don't
No
need side
side
niggas.
niggas.
Even if it's a situation, not a situation.
Okay.
That's a sneaky link.
Okay.
I got your soul. You got my soul. Like that's it.
That's it.
Soul tie.
Okay, all right, okay.
That's it.
Yeah, no, we have to be in a relationship. That's why I always say, me personally, I'm not fighting for no man. I'm not fighting a man unless you my man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna fight for a side nigga.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight for a low maintenance. No. I know what I'm worth. I know what I carry. I know what I'm supposed to get. I know what God made me. I'm a queen. I own my throne, and that's what I'm supposed to be. If you can't do that for me, next. Big next.
You cheat.
Next.
That's it. Like,
yeah.
But
you can't do a nigga with another nigga with.
And that's standing on it. For like when you talk about that cheating situation, me personally, I'm gone. I don't do cheating and I don't do putting the hands on. That's it.
Oh yeah, I put my hands on a few times.
I have.
Unfortunately, we got into fist fights, launch tables, and
yeah, I definitely been there, done that, and it was due to respect. It wasn't because of cheating.
Yeah, respect. Getting caught talking to other bitches. You know, broke his phone.
So how do you feel about that? Like, if that's all emotional cheating.
Oh yeah. I'm a little.
But talking to other women.
Yeah, in what sense?
I that would like disturb my mind, like.
Cause someone don't like that at all.
Because if I'm in love with you and I'm really fucking with you, that shit would like hurt me.
I want to ask this. That's like an answer. Is it okay for your partner to have like the opposite friendship?
Like. Friends of the other sex. Okay.
That's why I emphasize
like guys, girls, like what?
So if you're dating a guy, so it's okay to have girlfriends.
Hell to the fucking no. I better know every single one of them.
Well, yeah. So you know that, yeah. So you
know. I don't know them, and I've been with you for 3 years.
Oh.
And I met Felicia.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. You been together for 3 years, like.
Felicia
where's she from? Oh, she went to high school, bitch. No, you know she had not.
No.
That's not for me.
You need to know history.
I need to know history. As long as I know, it's okay. She could be your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're being a bishop. Okay, cool. Like, I know you introduced her to me. Like, we're cool. Go ahead. But now, if you're with me 3 years, and all of a sudden you're like, oh well, I'm gonna hang out with Ashley. We're gonna go to the club together. What?
Who is Ashley?
You know,
I'm gonna go too. Let me go call my boy up. Oh, you see how he changes up real quick.
That's true.
I think even with them having history, let's say they've been friends for like 5 years and y'all just started dating, it's only been a year. It depends on if the girl or the guy respects the relationship. But even that, like friends, that's a funny word because we all know the reality of male and female dynamics, and we know that
everybody has another agenda.
Yeah, and we know that in our
DNA. I've seen it. I'm sorry, but I've seen it. I've seen other people that say that they're friends.
Because
now
you have to deal with that with yourself as well before you can get into it with somebody else, because that will bring on trauma to them.
Yeah, that's my problem. I'm working.
I just want to know, can guys and women actually just be like friends?
Yes.
I say yes. Yes. I tried, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work
out.
Later
on. We ended up falling in love with as time went by.
Okay, prime example for the best friend that I was talking about down south. I don't want to put his business out there, but he hasn't been in a relationship for a really long time, even before I met him. I met him when I moved to Georgia in 2019. So I'm going to say, 2019 I met him, and we've been friends since then. I was in a relationship with my ex down south as well. My ex didn't like that, but nowhere in my mind am I attracted to my best friend. We've had a conversation when I think it was like within the first couple of months, because everyone thought like we were dating, and I'm like, respectfully, that's not my cup of tea. But I think my best friend is handsome. He could get a girl if he put himself out there to do so. But me personally, no. And I made that very clear. And I asked him, I was like, would you date me? He was like, would I date you? No. He didn't call me ratchet, but that's besides the point. He doesn't remember himself saying that, but I remember that. It's clear as day. And I'm never going to forget that. But he was like, yes, I have thought about fucking you. Because it's a guy.
Yeah.
I'm a girl. I'm not ugly.
Can I
right there?
But that's the problem, see? Because like just like this, I could be open, and I don't even have to say that to my next partner because it's irrelevant. I know my intentions, and we've had the conversation, so he's very aware. He will never get a chance to fuck me because we made that very clear. Hey, in the back of his mind, he could still think, oh, I got a shot, but he knows me as a person, and I know him as a person. He's not nasty. He's not disrespectful, so he would never force me or put me in that situation to even think about it like that. But there are other guys, as far as the person harassing me, who, if I tell you I don't like that, that's just that. It's not going to change me personally. I know women, you could be like, oh yeah, I don't like you, but according to statistics, sorry, that word I cannot say, the more you hang out with somebody, the more you like them or whatever the case may be.
That's what
not me.
Oh, okay.
Well, me, it was like,
See, that's fair.
Yeah, I think,
it ended up, I said the same thing.
yeah, like I was saying about biology and just like the genetic makeup of men and women, period, and how we operate, we all know the truth. Like, deep down, we know that if a man is friends with a woman, especially an attractive woman or somebody he finds attractive, that those feelings will come up. And just to protect yourself and him, especially if you're in a relationship, it's just the reality and the common sense of it. You know what I'm saying? I used to try to have male friends, and every time it would end up that way. And every story I hear about a woman having a male friend, it ends up that way. It's because it's the truth. You know, that's just how we are as human beings.
Yeah, that's
that's
why big father does not let me have friends.
That's why I think what is important as men and females gotta realize, like, okay, what are your intentions? Make sure you communicate with each other.
But sometimes you guys' intentions doesn't matter. Like I just said to you about the guy harassing me. I told him at the beginning of our
I had a guy coming to the high school, like waiting for me outside the door when I was coming. And he was going on the bus. Yeah, there was when I was in high school, there was a guy that I told him I didn't like him. He was so in love with me, he kept stalking me. He kept waiting for me. And I kept telling him, no.
I'm like, I was just thinking about that. She said a guy would come to the house. Was he grown?
He was like, so I was in high school. He was like,
what year were you?
A
senior?
I was like in 9th grade.
So a freshman.
I was a freshman.
And he was what, a super senior? He done graduated?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a problem. And then that's the problem right there.
He would wait for me. He would like stare at me at the bus stop and like watch. Like it was crazy.
But she said you never did anything with him.
Yeah.
So that's the weird thing about it, because it's like once you know.
I gotta say this, niggas gotta know how to read the room. And
forget reading the room.
Read the room and listen to like, yo, she don't want you, she don't want you. Now, if she don't want you and you still want to be friends with her, alright, just be friends with her.
But they can't do that.
They can't.
Yeah.
I tried. I really tried that.
You really tried that, right?
I tried it and it went left. I almost ended up in handcuffs.
It always does.
It goes.
Did y'all see that interview? I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, where this guy, it was back in the 90s, he ran around interviewing people, and guys and girls, and asking them, could men and women be friends? All the girls were like, it was mostly, Caucasian girls, and they were all like, yes. And then the guys were like, no, I mean, she thinks we're friends. Every single guy's statement was the same. All the girls' statement was the same. The girls were saying yes, and the guys said no. I feel like men know that men and women can't be friends, but it's kind of a manipulative tactic to have proximity or closeness to women by just having them as friends just in case. But I think we all know deep down, like, that's gonna happen. You're gonna get those emotions and those feelings.
Once you start talking to the person.
Like this. Me as a man, I think as if I do have girlfriends, I see it as, oh, these are my sisters. These where I can ask them advice like, how do I get other women?
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
Geminis are liars. They're traitors.
They're
Happy on the score.
Oh my God. I'm really happy on horoscopes because I'm really into that, because I believe, because I in the beginning I didn't really believe in that, but then I really kind of like started looking into it, and then I actually started seeing that every personality matched what it said. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio. Like it went with what it was saying, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Let me ask you this. Before I told you my sign, what did you think my sign before I told you?
I don't know. I was trying to think about it as I asked you it. An Aries.
I was gonna say Aries or Scorpio. We were talking about like
because you're calm, but then you have that side where you can think.
I would have said Virgo, because that's how my best friend is. He's very calm, but then when you get into a conversation that he really likes, he's gonna press it. Press it.
So I can say everybody.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just.
But
no, I got my moments, in society. I got my moments,
But that's the problem that I have. I wear my emotions
On your sleeve, that's
Yeah.
cancer.
So, like, I try not to do it, but then it's like,
but it's not a bad
it's so
thing.
hard.
Can you take criticism?
I do. Like, I take it.
Okay. Criticism is not all that matters.
I'll take it.
It's a
I mean,
side
I've heard it.
Yeah, think about it.
I've heard it. Like, I mean, I'm okay. You know, thank you. Know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you do too much. I'm like, all right, thanks. You know, like, but there's sometimes where people like have to say about myself in a way of like, you know, you're my friend and you're trying to like, you know, watch out for me, but not in like a rude way, but like, yo, you need to fucking chill. Like, like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like not in a disrespectful way.
Yeah. I
All
feel
right,
like I'm
guys.
like
Let
that.
me give y'all the second question. Was submission ever truly about love and respect, or about control?
I can answer that question first. I would say when it comes to submission, it really depends on the people.
Okay.
Because submission could be a kink for a woman.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There are women, I'm not even gonna say like the degrading, but let's say like the praise kink. A woman is gonna submit because you're praising her at all times, like, oh babe, you cook so well. Oh, she's on go. Like she wants to hear you give her those compliments. So I feel like sometimes submission, it's hard. You gotta be open to it because it's about leadership.
I'm gonna say it's love and respect. It's not about control. I just want the best for you, and you're in a relationship with me. I hope that we can respect each other.
But what's submissive to you? Like the example I gave to her before we got on camera. Are you the type to really tell your woman she can't go out in that outfit?
No, he's not.
Because this is
I
my
feel
thing.
like he is.
I would say something because my thing is this.
Yeah.
I would say something because I'm thinking like, yo, other niggas are gonna look at you.
True, but like I
And
said
you
to
make
her,
yourself a target.
you know your woman is loyal to you, respects you.
Which I understand that. I understand.
But you don't want other men looking at your woman.
That's
But they're gonna look. They're gonna look. I ain't gonna lie. Prime example. I'm sorry, shorty. That dress it gave fatty back there.
Oh,
I'm a girl. I'm gonna look.
Oh, you know what? And I normally don't show my shape. I normally cover up a lot. Like
So even the shape alone.
Here's what I want to say. Here's
We'll
what
get
I
a
want to say.
man color.
Here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say. I'm okay with dudes like looking this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. But my only problem is when niggas get real aggressive, try to like make comments, this, that, and the third. That bothers me.
No, that's too much. I can't do that.
It bothers me. And then I just be like, yo.
Like, let me catch you outside.
I just be like, yo, bro, back off. Because you wasn't looking at her before when I was with her. This, that, and the third.
But you don't know that. Let's say she goes out. She like bag, like she went out with a girl. Okay, it's one thing. Like even if the outfit wasn't even OD, that's what I'm saying.
But
this pretty little dress on
my
her.
thing is this.
And like she said, she doesn't like to show her figure.
My
Why
thing
do
is this.
you think so?
Here's my rebuttal.
Let her answer that question.
Okay, so I had a time last year where I wore hijab, and my mother is Muslim. Love you, mom. So I wore hijab one day, and I was outside, you know, and you get different reactions from different people. It's not about the people.
Yeah.
But I realized that time that I was hijabi, that it doesn't matter what you wear. People will lust. It's just a spirit of lust on that person. A guy literally slowed down his car, looking his lips real demonic to me. But
I saw her in a fitted outfit.
I was fully covered. Baggy, like real baggy dress, hijab, everything. So it's not about the outfit.
It's not about the outfit, and that's what I'm saying. And then you know that museum with the excuse me, you two, with all the rape victims. They're literally outfits posted up with what these women were wearing when they went in the situation. Some of these outfits are regular, nice jeans, not even a fitted shirt.
That's what I wanted to say. I just think that what happened to being like modest to your man?
Okay, but
what happened to that?
That's my question. Why do men rush over? I'm not even gonna say anything because she got a body under the hijab, but they don't know that.
That's what's up.
Why are you rushing over it?
What happened to being modest though?
Well, that's a long modest. That's a long like topic because
it doesn't matter.
It's
to us, you know, to the point where it started one way in one area, and then we want to please men. And it's, to a certain extent, women want to please men. That's just the truth, right? So we see men like this certain type of outfit on a woman, right? Subconsciously, we're going to pick up on that. We're going to be like, maybe I should do more of that to get that attention. So it's not like, oh, what happened to being modest? Women just woke up one day and wanted to show all of their skin. No. We were taught to see ourselves in a sexual way, and now we think that's the only way that we can attract the men we want. That's just what society has done to us.
Like the BBL epidemic.
My thing is this though. When I first meet a girl though, I don't want to look at her looks. I want to look at more what she got.
But okay, I hate when people say that because that's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
I'm not bullshit, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not seeing you as an object. I'm seeing you as a person.
You're not, but the first thing you see before you even say a word to somebody
is
what they look like.
I just want to say this though. I want to say.
You know the people who body fish. They only take pictures of their face.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people on my Instagram probably think I'm catfishing, body fishing because I only post my face. No, respectfully, you're not on my platform to see my body 24/7. I'm not advertising that. If you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna talk to me because you like the way I look. I don't wear makeup, so it's just like you're gonna get what you get regardless. But yeah, your question being modest, it's not. I'm not gonna say I don't like it because I'm a woman at the end of the day. I dress modest when it comes down to it. If I want to wear a little something, that's like prime example when I started losing weight. My dad hated the way I dressed because I'm not gonna say I was wearing booty shorts that had a little ass out. I hate that. I don't personally do that. But I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing crop tops. You see, I'm wearing a crop top right now. I'm a little bloated, y'all. But I'm wearing crop tops. Oh, why are you wearing that? Because I lost so much weight, and I was proud of that. I don't think I'm showing off too much. You thinking that as my father, which is understandable, but I hold my respect for myself. When I walk somewhere, I know that I'm good, I'm safe. I'm not wearing something that's OD revealing. If I go to the club with my girlfriends, I'm making sure, like, regardless of it, when we went out yesterday, this was my first time in a long time having a shortcut. Yeah.
That's a little beautiful, by the way.
I had a shortcut. This is my first time going out with it. I'm like, ooh, I'm really scared, but I feel confident. And like I told you, I didn't like how the dress fitted on me. Like, I know I looked good. The shape was shaping, whatever the case may be, but I feel like it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I got a bunch of compliments.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of compliments. But at the end of the day, was that, like, I'm not going to say it was modest, but it wasn't revealing. It wasn't necessarily that revealing. Like, my whole ass wasn't out. That definitely wasn't the case. It went up to my knees. And I guess it was revealing at the top, but it was just like, my nipples weren't showing. It's not see-through. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Compared to
it, right?
Yeah.
That's what matters, honestly.
That matters.
Yeah.
So for like that modest question, it's just really hard. I guess it's to each his own, but like it's pointless to really say that because a man will get going off of one little thing, something so simple.
To piggyback off of what we're talking about, and the modest. Well, I work in education. That's why I'm not trying to be uptight, but just in case this is on the internet, so. Hey, but but as far as modesty goes, I feel like it is important to talk about these things, especially because of the youth. And working at a high school, seeing all these young girls wearing certain things, I think to myself, I'm like, I was wearing this. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I was dressing this way when I was in high school, and we don't lead them by example. So the Instagram baddies, things like that, and I'm not saying this to be a pick me because I used to have the piercings, I used to dress a certain way, and I think it just comes with like, growing out of it, and I feel like just knowing who you are and knowing that it's about your soul, not about your body.
But to a certain extent, because like you said, you work in a high school and you work at a school as well. Girls, if it's not dress coded, girls will wear the ethical shorts outside like it's pants.
Oh, yeah. Think about it like this. I'm going to cut you off. But I see it as when the weather gets nice, these kids get comfortable.
It's over. And then the way words from
I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, parents.
And you have a daughter right now, so it's going to be even
like
way
parents,
worse.
I say like, yo,
Right
parents,
now.
please be on top of your kids, but then still be like, yo, I understand the weather's getting nice and everything, but yo, you can't be going outside showing all your goodies like that.
But I
that's
seen
the
a girl.
girl.
She must have been like 12 years old. She literally had the mini short, with a top like this. I literally saw her whole butt cheeks, everything, and she was just like running, like, and then she kept going like this, like it was like, how can your mother let you do that?
I feel like that goes into like like the little Instagram babies. The girl, like, we're talking about the girls specifically. You see how they dress them. A lot of people be in the comments like, "Oh, this is way too grown," or this, that, and the third. Sometimes it don't even be grown. It's like if you know the parents are like fashion people. Of course, they're going to dress their kid a certain way. Sometimes it'd be a little overboard in the comments of like, you're trying to say this is inappropriate for a child, but like, why are you thinking that way? Yeah. And I feel like that also goes back into the modest thing too as well. Why are you thinking that way? But some of these kids really be grown because number one, I didn't get to dye my hair. When I dyed my hair, I was the first time I ever dyed my hair, I think I was a junior.
You see YNs, bro.
And my mom hated it because it was like a blood red. Like, not even a blood red. It was a really high red, like this. Okay. And she was like, oh, no. You take that off your head. I had to dye my hair right back to black. But she was like, I'm not having it. When I turned 18, that's when I was just like, okay, yeah. Like, you really can't tell me anything. Yes, I do still live in your house, but, like, it's my head. Like, you're not really going to tell me that. But I respected her decision at that time when I was a junior in high school. Like, I had no choice. Baby, I'm walking down the streets. All these kids got colored wigs. I didn't wear a wig until I was like 19, 20. That don't make sense.
What's in the media? They want to do what's in the media. So the modest question, I think the modest question is just how it's delivered to us women, right? It feels like we're being policed when people try to tell us what we should and shouldn't wear. But if we look at it from a perspective of,
also the men, I think men.
You seen not Kevin Hart. What's his name? Kevin Gates' new wife or girlfriend?
What about it?
Oh, I haven't seen her.
Dang. Apparently, she used to like be outside.
My first Rolling Loud I did in 2019 is when I first saw you. And you were actually, Will and I worked together, and you were the only person that I wanted to see the entire festival. And today in 2022, it still rings true. You were the only person I wanted to see.
Did you like what you saw?
I actually loved it. I actually love what I'm seeing now.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
First of all, hi. So I'm currently cleaning house, out with the old and with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear, posts to do, bills that have to be paid, and, showing up the best I can.
Yeah, she used to be outside, and Kevin Gates is Muslim, so now she's in the whole job, and everybody's like, the fact that you're submissive to Kevin Gates. The whole time Kevin Gates already has another wife, but I guess like in his culture, being Muslim, like I don't know specifically. Yeah, you can have many wives. So it's like everybody's just like, yo, she went from this to this, and the fact that she's submitting to Kevin Gates is like, out of all people, is kind of crazy to me. And it's like low key because Kevin Gates says things. Like, it's funny sometimes, but it be uncomfortable, especially as a woman. Like, some of the things that he say is kind of alarming.
Yeah, he should keep that. Some of the stuff he says should keep it in the bedroom. He should go outside with it. You gotta keep it
real. Like, and like, even like.
Yo, shout out to Kevin Gates.
For real.
No, because he's a mom. He's
like,
a mom, bro.
Shannon Sharp, when he had that whole situation, and he was having sex a lot. But I feel like that was staged.
That was staged?
I think that was staged.
He knew he was doing that. That was staged.
Oh, that was cringe.
Oh yeah, that's not current.
That's not current. That was like a couple.
Because he got his show back, and like that's what was so surprising to me because it's like, bro, just because he's famous, y'all don't think he has sex? Like, come on. Even though it was sex.
Yo, these famous people they have regular lives, so they gotta get it done too. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
they gotta get pounded out once in a while.
All right,
by their wives.
Shannon Sharp not married. He's not married or have kids. Yeah,
thought that was my phone.
Your phone.
Yeah.
No, that's somebody in a car.
That's crazy.
That's me. Her name was Brittany Jenner.
Brittany Jenner. There you go. Yeah, but they don't really know who she is. I think she's like a
It's like an Instagram model.
Instagram model. Like that's the only thing I knew her by. I was trying to really see what she does. Yeah.
No, not Brittany Griner. Brittany Jenner.
No, she did that too. She's a hijabi now. She's Muslim now.
Okay.
But that's so beautiful. Everybody was shaming her at first when she made her transition. And I feel like that's unfair. Like, if a woman is grown out of a certain phase of her life, give her the grace and the time to grow out of that. Even if she was outside, even if she had an OnlyFans or whatever, like, nobody says the same.
Is that the one that they were criticizing on TikTok?
I'm not sure if it was on TikTok, but she was married or tried to marry a basketball player or something like that. And she had an OnlyFans, but now she's like Muslim. She covers up. She doesn't do a lot of things she used to do.
There was a TikToker who had an OnlyFans, and then I think now she's like a church-going lady. And everybody was just like,
like, why can't she change?
What's wrong with that?
See,
God will forgive you.
God is gonna forgive you, of course, as long as you repent. We don't know what she got going on behind the sidelines.
See, that's the problem. We gotta stop.
My problem with that is you all of a sudden just switch so quick to be a preacher. No, slow down.
No.
Yeah,
that's too fast.
She's a preacher on TikTok now. She's not necessarily like a certified preacher, but she's sitting here in Bible verses, all this, like, you need to do this.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Just
she's trying to get.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't dramatically just.
Yeah, it was quick. Like, people were there on her TikTok. Like, when TikTok came around,
we know who you was before. Taking steps correctly.
Up until like mid-2024, that's when she stopped like OnlyFans, putting her body out there. Now she's sitting.
It's still out there though.
Exactly.
That's bullshit.
So that's why I don't like that.
I don't like that either. Yeah, because don't switch up, bro.
I'm a girl's girl to the T. Because you gotta be
this is my thing.
when it comes to those things.
This is my thing. There are actual pastors, bishops, and that who actually did the whole work to actually get credit.
Yeah,
you know
Catholic
so
people, the nuns and brothers that
don't try to be like, oh, now I'm a preacher, I'm about to do Bible. Just because you know Bible verses and that don't mean nothing. Stop it. Chill.
Yeah.
Because, like, no, I don't like that. Because I
always say
and I see what my pastor do. I'm like, yo, you a good man, bro, because you really do what you gotta do. And then, like, yeah, but no.
Yeah.
Come on.
It takes time.
And that's people. That's the problem too. We can't feed her. We can't say, oh, I wish I would go to that.
Okay.
No, we can't do that.
So, since your mom is Muslim, this is kind of like a personal question. Do you think if, well, technically, you have some type of experience in that branch of religion,
mm-hmm.
would you feel like it's submitting if a Muslim man was approaching you and he's through and through and you got to wear the hijab?
Well, I felt like if he was approaching me, he wouldn't want to change me. I would say it would happen naturally. Like, there's a lot of Muslim men that are with Muslim women and they aren't hijabis. It just depends on like the relationship and what type of Muslim they are, because there are different types of Islam.
Yeah, if they're that, like, you gotta wear the hijab, would you personally?
Only if God was telling me. Yeah, only if God was telling me to do it. Okay. And I'm not Muslim, but I will say, like, if I met a Muslim man and we hit it off and we felt each other out like vibes and stuff like that, it would happen naturally. I don't think he would just feel forced, like, because he would be a man of God, so he wouldn't want to force or control me. Like, that's a misconception.
I feel like you're gonna ask the same thing I'm gonna ask. That's why I specifically asked you guys, are you religious? Because Muslim people, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not going to say they don't believe in God, but they don't believe in that one being.
Oh, that's not true.
Okay, and like, but I think certain things are like kind of different. Because, like, for Muslims, like, they just had Ramadan. Mm-hmm. And Catholics, I don't know Christian, I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic, let me say that. They had Lent.
Yeah, they did.
So,
just dry.
Like,
maybe it's that season.
Yeah, that, bro. You making all that noise, like.
So, I feel like, okay. I guess that's not a good question. Okay, so you you having that Muslim mindset, well, you knowing about it.
Yeah.
A Buddhist.
Okay.
How would you feel about that? Because you strongly believe that there's one God.
I believe there's one God, but we all have a different interpretation of who or what God is.
What is your interpretation?
My interpretation is God is the creator of all things.
Okay.
You know, so that's just how I see it. I'm a spiritual person. God created me, you. He created everything around us. He, she, it created everything around us.
And the human, do you believe that he has a human form? Or Jesus is his human form?
Well, I'm not religious, so I do understand the Christian perception of God. I do understand the Jewish perception of God, the Muslim perception of God. And you see God in a form of a human, or that he wants, you know, sent his son here to save us, then yes. If you believe that God sent, you know, Muhammad, I am open-minded. Okay. So I believe people believe what they believe. I don't have like a specific interpretation.
Title.
So do you think that if you were to get married, that religion plays a big part for you?
I feel like it would. I feel like the person that I'm with has to be open-minded too.
Okay.
So if they're like, you have to believe in Jesus.
Can I ask you a question? Because you've been mad quiet, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear you close, you know what I'm saying? You're a religious person, right?
Yeah.
Could you
She said spiritual.
Oh, spiritual?
Spiritual, more, yeah, but I do go to church.
Okay.
I'm Christian.
Well, Christian.
Right.
Okay, there you go.
Well, and then you can answer too. Could you date someone that's like an atheist?
I mean, if
Atheist.
So somebody like
I
that.
mean, I never. Wait, someone doesn't believe in God?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Even if he was a good man and all that?
No.
No? You want to give it a chance, right?
I tried that before.
You tried that?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's real skeptical. I've never.
Because even think about it like this. Think about it like this. Even if he has like values, this, that, and the third, but he just don't believe in that, like.
I'm not a guy who.
You know what I'm saying?
How do I say
It's hard.
It's hard, right?
But yeah.
He believes in something.
Yeah, but it's not God.
It's not God though.
Yeah. I really had God tell me he believes in the devil, not God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
y'all was
you just
clashing every
edited
single
it.
time.
I was like, yeah, I can't.
Cause especially since she said she's a spiritual person, that's definitely
No,
not.
I wanted to ask. I really
Yeah.
wanted to hear your point. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's the love there, but then.
Very true. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna say I don't agree.
Listen, because
with Faati.
that-
I'm saying
like,
me
when you-
personally,
when
if
you
you're a
hear
good guy to me,
Uh-huh.
and I personally, if you don't got no problem with me going to church and you stay home, I don't got no problems.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not gonna
even
lie.
though, like, let's say if you were going to
But
church
don't
regular,
bring it up to me though.
and when you try to, would you try to convert him or anything like that? Would you try
I'll be like, you come to church with me.
and he can just shut you down and say no.
I bet I can do it.
So,
That's fair. Yeah. You need to be open-minded.
Very open-minded. Yeah, I think that too. I want to open-minded. If you feel like if you come to church with me, I'm not gonna lie. If you feel real antsy or it's an issue that you really just can't sit here and listen to the sermon,
Something ain't right. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like you could probably say you believe in the devil. I feel like me personally with that. Oh, I don't believe in God, but I believe in the devil. So those good people out here are from where though?
Yeah.
I don't know. I believe in Jesus Christ.
But does it make you a bad person if you don't believe in God? How that's a question for you guys. Well, you too as well.
Well,
Does
isn't
it make them a bad person?
my thing is this. I mean, there's always that that debate about like science, the Big Bang Theory, evolution, and all that.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll just leave y'all alone, bro. Y'all go ahead and talk about your science, bro.
Me
But I
personally,
know
the Big Bang because how did we come from apes?
what Jesus did for
And
me.
apes don't keep
You know what I'm saying?
going. That's why I don't believe it. I
Yeah.
don't see it to believe it. Type of
It's
person.
really a debate, though. You know what I'm saying? They always want to say Homo sapiens, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Oh, apes are like our cousins or whatever. You know,
But they're not evolving.
Nah.
The ones in the zoo are not evolving. I'm
Exactly.
confused. They're interacting with people every single day and they're not evolving. So how are you going to sit here and say scientifically
Yeah. They
evolve from
They love to
apes?
have they little like, oh man, I'm just like fucking this, that, and the third. I have an education. Like,
I personally don't
bro.
believe that. Like, I don't
know
understand
Jesus
that.
Christ, and I know that He did for me, sir. So thank you. But don't hit me with the no, I don't believe in Jesus. This and the third. Scientifically, consequences. This that. You know, they always talk like like numbers. I did my statistics and everything. Like, shut up, bro.
Honestly, two things can be true at once.
Yeah, like
I feel like that is true as well. But there's been so many like people like NASA. Like I know there's different categories into what they study in.
Think about
but
like
they came out and said like the galaxies are so far away, but like they believe that there's other I'm not gonna say creatures, but human-like people somewhere so far away. So y'all can't come up with the technology to get us there.
Let me give y'all this. You know,
It
like,
makes no sense.
You see how like certain like medicines and stuff like that, like cancer, this, that, and third, and whatnot. So
I fully believe they have
they have the cure
for it.
Right? They have a cure for it. But then sometimes, right, you always notice that like when you really into like Jesus Christ or God and everything like that, and it's like a miracle, this, that, and the third, and you always be like, I just kept my finger on it. How did that happen? How did it go away? Bro, because I believe, bro.
Yeah,
I believe that this modern medicine, this, that, and the third, is not really going to take care of me. And I know who I'm serving, and I know who got my back. True. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Just, like, stop hitting me with the, I just can't believe it. Like, this, that, and the third. Like, I got to go do data, this, that, and the No. Like, just, come over to and realize, yo, Jesus is powerful, too. Like, you don't got to keep sticking me up every single time and saying, oh, no, I want you to come back for this appointment. Stop taking my fucking money and just try to realize, like, no, for real, think about it. Like, think about it. And if you know you have the cure, why are you trying to hit me with this this debt?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, this is very controversial. I feel like the United States of America should have like that policy. I don't know where, but I know it's like an Asian culture where like I want to say they kill off the kids, but like they can't have more than 2 kids. I think per family.
That's China. That's China. Yeah, that's
China.
China have.
that.
Listen, that's their lifestyle. They only.
We're overpopulated.
Yeah.
Hell.
We are.
It's hell. Everywhere you go, it's no.
I learned that in history. I heard like before they want boys, because I remember if they had girls, they used to throw them off like the cliffs or something.
Well, see, I don't want to do all that. I personally feel like if you have a boy and then you have a girl, or if you have a boy and a boy, that's it. Like, just wrap it up.
Yeah, they don't have
just wrap it up. Me personally, like, she has the boy and the girl. Like, my mom has the girl.
You know,
I
like,
personally feel like I want a big family, but if I got one person who tries, I don't think I will keep going.
Yeah.